Hey everybody, welcome back to Arcanum. Got a comment here from some guy. It's because she's a strong, independent woman who don't need no man. Yeah, pretty much. Maybe drop some points getting detect traps, just an idea. Yeah, but there's better stuff. I mean, traps are more of a nuisance than a real threat, for the most part. I mean, maybe in the beginning of the game when you're like really squishy, but yeah, it's a little late for that one. Gotta be honest, I never thought about using monsters that are immune or resist fire damage. Thanks for that. Yeah, but see, the thing is with D&D, that's easy to counter as a player. All we have to do is memorize cold-based spells rather than fire-based spells. You know, you do a little reconnoitering and you find out, oh, hey, there's fire monsters in here. So fireball and shit like that's not going to work. So you go have a rest, memorize the correct spells, and you're set. You know, it's much simpler than in here where you have to basically level up until you can actually get the right spells. For a mage, intelligence allows for more constant effects. Yeah, I know that now. I mean, like, I knew it back then in the day. I do remember that barb was used to control things like Conjure Spirit and other, like, buff spells and things like that. And generally, you don't want to run too many effects because most of them do drain fatigue as you go. So, too many effects is going to go right through your fucking fatigue and you're going to drop. So, I don't know. I think I've got enough at the moment. If you do it right, you can gain Waramon, best NPC in Arcanum. Yeah, I don't know about him being the best one so far. That's debatable. Okay, apparently they only voiced important characters like Gar. I wonder what his questline would have been like if they had actually included it. I don't know. Excuse me. Was any of his questline actually included in the game scripting? It just disabled? I mean, much like Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, there is some content I've noticed that was included in Arcanum, but wasn't actually enabled in-game. You know, it's pretty much unfinished, so it's not really playable, but, I just wonder if Gar's is among that content. And, of course, that means crawling through World Edit again, but, whatever. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, you crashed way more than I've ever seen, even way back when I was running Arcanum on a potato. Yeah, but I think I figured out what the hell was going on. I was using the old level cap, the one that was pre-unofficial patch. I think that might have been what's going on. Because, yeah, I haven't had Arcanum crash this much. It could be other software in the environment. I do run different little things here in the background. Hell, it could be Arcanum doesn't like shadowplay, with the NVIDIA recorder. Perfect time. I actually paused the video and said a couple. And paused. He said, "Shut up." Yeah. I know you too well, dude. And I figured that'd be a good gag. So you're fight for Smurf Slayer. Damn right, dude. I couldn't find the video. I was planning on including the video of it was a Unicef video showing the Smurfs dancing and singing in their little village, dancing around in circles and shit. And suddenly overhead bombers appear and a whole bunch of bombs drop out and there's explosions and Smurf bodies flying everywhere, and then there's a last shot of the village burning with baby Smurf in the middle crying his eyes out and Smurfette laying dead in the street right in front of him and shit. It's pretty grim shit, but it was fucking funny in a twisted way. I guess the guy who created the Smurfs, I think his name is Pilo, something like that. Anyway, I guess he thought he was making a point about, like, the various wars going on, like, back in the early 2000s, and all he did was honestly provide some unintentional comedy. I mean, it was kind of fucked up, but honestly, the Smurfs have it coming, you know what I mean? Like, happy little fuckers. Alright, let's get onto this. Okay. Ah, yes, I found this little spot here. It is not marked on the map. I'll try to get, I think it's 750-556, yeah. 750-556, right there. It's a little bit of a bitch to get right in there. But if you get in there, this is what you find. Yep, this guy turns hostile automatically.
I don't care who you are.
Yeah, he can handle Fire Flash pretty damn good. The old Blind Master. And he's hard as hell to hit. Okay, I'm done throwing fireballs. Is out of fucking mana. Well, fatigue, whatever you want to call it. Same diff. That's right, guys. Surround him and kick his ass. There you go, dog. Now, see, if you could see her bar at the top, she would have 2 summons there. I'll just skip my turn. Oh, you're giving him a pathway out, guys. Guard. Oh, there we go. Now, the reason why I beat up on this blind old master and got probably a shitload of experience. Will you get the fuck out of my way, people? The reason why? This. The aerial decapitator. This is literally the best throwing weapon in the entire fucking game. Not that I use it, but this is a special unmarked hidden area. So yeah. You'd excuse me, either have to find a guide or wander the world on the normal screen until you run into it. Not enough energy. Oh, whoops. Should have rested. Oh, wells. You were unconscious already. Yeah, I wasn't paying any attention there. I was too busy explaining this fucking place. But yeah, there's nothing to really loot here except for his corpse. Gets you some experience, you know, get up there a little ways. And I managed to break past the level 50 level cap. You actually have to get the level cap remover specifically made for the unofficial patch. That's not actually included in the unofficial patch. So, yeah, it's an executable file, but it's a little bit scary, but it comes with source code, so you can basically check it out yourself. And basically allows you to set what you want the level to be all the way up to 127. Alright. Let's go back to Caledon. I believe that's all the quests I'm going to be doing here. I think I've got sufficient resources. And of course there's the Isle of Catan over there, which is the rich people's island. There's lore in the game, which basically describes Catan as a vacation spot for everybody. Sadly, you don't get to go there, because that would be an epic pillaging, you know, opportunity. Especially for evil characters. Evil in this game is just not that rewarding of a playthrough, though. I mean, there is one specifically evil ending, but you can get that by choosing to be evil at the very end of the game. Oh, you fucking NPCs. Don't you dare get in my way. Now we're going to go to probably one of my least favorite parts of this fucking game. Thanatos. Alright guys, let's get into this fucking fucked up place. Any loot? Yes, there's loot. Book. I should have dropped this thing off. But whatever, anyway. I made several forays into the interior with nothing to show for my efforts save my wounds. This island is aptly named, and I thank the gods for Smithers, my faithful guide. He has already saved my life several times over in the short time we've been here. I am certain the Ashlag tribe still exists on this island, and I mean to prove it, monsters or no. I have found the remains of an old site, but appears to have been uninhabited for several years now. I was unable to determine why the site was abandoned, though I did recover some important artifacts. I write this to Smithers and I lie terribly wounded somewhere in the jungle. In our searching today, we were set upon by creatures most fierce. Smithers sustained much more serious injuries than I, as he drew the beasts away from me at his own peril. He was victorious, but at a high cost. I managed to drag Smithers into a thicket of trees where we presumably will be safe for the moment. Smithers died today after battling madness brought on by his wounds. I fear my time is soon at hand as well. Irony of ironies, I was discovered by the very people I came to this island to discover. Scouts of the Ashlag tribe found me hovering near death and brought me to their camp, where they helped me to recover. Contrary to what I believed, they reside in the interior of the island and not along the coast. The most shocking part of this is that there was a previous civilization on this island. The Ashlag have made their home amongst the ruins of some great forgotten civilization. And of course, it marks the location for you. The Ashlag have welcomed me as a member of their tribe, and have treated me as an important guest. I am now privy excuse me, to their secret rituals and their arcane religious superstitions. It seems that their primitive religion has gone through some revisions as of late to incorporate a godlike figure or phenomena. I am still having a slight difficulty with their spoken language, that supposedly resides somewhere on the island. I have convinced the chief of the tribe to allow me to come along on their pilgrimage to leave sacrifices for their new god, which I have termed the god of Thanatos, for want of a better description. I have also been able to discern where on the island this supposed godlike force resides. I have returned to my base camp with the help of the tribesmen who leave this journal, so that if anything happens to me, the future will know that I was successful in my endeavors to locate the mythical Ashlag tribe. Yeah, that we can put that right back where we fucking found it. And we will head out. Oh, and you'll note Half Ogre Island over here. If you return there, you will find the place cleared out completely of all the various contraptions and whatnot there. Basically, the gnomes sterilized the place after you visited it, and after they recovered the skulls and whatnot. Drinking tea and dealing with an annoying cat, so I'm gonna let my party deal with these guys. Not a big deal. They took care of that shit quite aptly. Village of the Ashlag. And we have ruins. And we have monsters. So we've got a ways to go for our next level. It's very possible to grind. In fact, I did some grinding to level 50. To level 50, goddamn 3. Okay, well, more armor is always good. But I'm gonna make somebody else toast this shit. Come on, let's get out of here. Get out of the damn poison. Fucking hate traps. That's right, yeah, so I'll go. I never got that. Oh, I did get it identified. Oops. There you go. He's moderately encumbered. But he's wearing some fucking heavy shit, though. You know what I mean? He's got himself a new sword, too. I don't remember if Sog is actually technologically inclined, or... Was there more to this fucking site? Or not? I don't fucking recall. Well, whatever. They're probably fucking all dead anyway, so I don't really give a shit. No picking up stuff, damn it. That would have been a good spot to save at. Fuck me running. Okay, maybe I didn't get the problem figured out. I don't know what the fuck it is. Maybe he doesn't like NVIDIA. I don't know. Okay, we've made it across the damn island. And we're at the land bridge. I need to take something away from Sog here, because buddy boy, I put this in his inventory to carry it, and he fucking decides to use it. Didn't think his throwing was that good. Actually, you know what? Let's take a look. No, his throwing is not that good. I don't know why he's using that fucking weapon. Just whatever, Sog. What the fuck ever. I hate this fucking jungle part here. This part just sucks. It's just dog shit. At least in my eyes. I don't know. It's... The jungle, the way they do the jungles in this, it makes them really hard to fucking navigate. Well, I'm not as bad as some guys as far as getting lost. This area definitely does cause one to get lost a lot easier than previous areas. Come on, guys, kick his ass. Here we go, dog. Kick their asses. I wish there was a quick save button. I'm pretty sure there's not, but... And of course, we're just gonna get annoyed by all the penny ante, nickel and dime monsters. Hey, don't be hurting my dog, you dickhead. That's right, doggo. Hurt him back. Way to miss, bro. I'm kind of curious. I know he's got full melees and master. 267 health. So I guess what happens is that he dumps all of his points as he levels up into strength, and once that's done, dexterity. And I'm guessing he's just dumping everything else into health. That makes sense. After all, he is pretty tanky already, so why not become tankier? Now there's hidden chests and shit like that all throughout here, but I don't give a fuck. I mean, we're approaching the end game here, so... Oh, I thought this motherfucker crashed again. Ugh. Alright, he's down. Saving. Yeah, I'm at this point fucking paranoid about saving because I don't want to have to replay any of this stuff. I just want to get through this. The goal for today is to actually get to the big reveal, you know. But sadly, you have to go through this tedious fucking crap. I don't even remember the fucking way. All I know is you just got to keep bearing south as much as you can. I think I made a wrong turn somewhere. Like I said, it's hard to fucking navigate this shit. This could have been done significantly better. Yeah, you can't really tell where the fuck you are. That's really kind of infuriating. Go this way, maybe? I don't know. Is there a scroll of skipping bullshit? Because I would happily use it on this section. Nope, I can't go outside the fucking jungle. Hate this fucking place. And this is one of those places that you don't really spend a lot of time exploring. The early areas of the game, you're obviously going to memorize those a lot easier because you're probably going to start character builds repeatedly as you play this game. Whereas the later portions of the game, you're probably not as likely to get to. And for one thing, like this area here, it sucks. I mean, let's be honest here. It feels like make work, you know what I mean? Yeah, let's artificially extend this game by forcing you to go through this really irritating ass jungle. Thank you. Took that motherfucker out. Saving. And there's a chest. I don't care about fucking chests. Well, the bow might be actually kind of good. I don't know. Maybe. Well, if I'm going to be stuck here, I might as well loot. But that still doesn't solve my problem exactly. Yeah, I absolutely do not want to repeat any of this crap. How about not running off and engaging the random fucking monsters? You know what? I'm not helping you. I'm gonna let it be. Fuck it. You guys have fun. Out of curiosity, let's see where we are. Yeah, we've already burned down like 20-some-odd thousand experience points already. I mean, this place is good for leveling up if you explore every nook and cranny and kill everything that's moving, but it's also damn good for loot. I don't know what kind of sword that is. 4 through 18. That sounds really good.
How can I
Guess
help?
what time it is, fellas? I don't like sticking these guys with all this stuff. You use mechanical shit, bro.
How can I help?
I'll just leave them on them for now. We're gonna come out of this damn jungle with a bunch of gear that we're gonna end up not being able to use. So, well, okay, I guess we navigate back this way. God, I hope I find the end of this soon, because I just want... There's a lot of talky-talky going on coming up, I will state that. And that takes a little while, so I kind of wanted to get through this bullshit quickly and get into that. Because in truth, that to me is more interesting at this point in the game than kicking random monster outside me to just actually attacking. Oh, fuck me running. Yeah, that's why we're getting fed up and hucking fireballs at shit, because hey, it's time for shit to burn. Now you see why I hate this place? Good for experience, but holy fuck is it annoying when you're just trying to get the damn story going. So this one might run a little long, because, well, obvious reasons. Oh good, well I hope the train isn't disturbing you guys, but there's literally nothing I can do about that. Well, maybe this way. I don't fucking know. Or maybe not. You'll be hearing a litany of I hate this fucking place pretty often. And frankly, for stuff like this, the local map is of no real help. It doesn't really show you like the overall layout. It's hard to tell if there's any places that you haven't explored yet through here, except for the whole fog of war thing, and it just You see, there's a wall here, a wall of trees. I guess we're just gonna follow the fucking perimeter wall until we run into something that allows us to continue, because fuck it, why not? We've got an infinite amount of time and an even more infinite amount of fucking patience, obviously. I have a different attitude towards games whenever I'm just playing them by myself rather than recording, because I don't want you guys who are watching this shit get caught up in a bunch of tedious crap. I mean, if I find something tedious in a game, I'm gonna fucking flat out say it's tedious, you know. But I can grit my teeth and grind through tedious shit when I'm playing it, especially if I paid for the damn game, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, let's be honest here, back in the day, just about everybody fucking pirated their shit. But, you know, times have changed. You gotta be cool about that sort of thing. What am I fighting? How dare you attack my dog, you piece of shit. It's for my dog, you fucker. I don't give a shit about that stuff. Fuck off. Yeah, this is almost certainly going to run long, because I gotta grind through all this tedious bullshit here. I mean, the enemies aren't even all that particularly hard. They're just a lot of them, and finding your way through this crappy dungeon. Well, it is basically a dungeon, but this crappy jungle is irritating as fuck. Okay. This map fucking sucks too. I mean, I know I've said it, but Jesus Christ. What am I fighting? Okay, that's all dead-end shit. This is all dead-end shit. I think that's a wall there. Pretty sure this is all dead-end shit. Fuck, I don't know. I think that's all a wall. And believe it or not, somebody back in the day actually sat down and made an ASCII map of this shit for the guide for game facts. They actually, you know, changed the perspective, right, so they could make ASCII drawings of all this shit. Just imagine that shit. Yeah. Now stay away from that junk pile. I don't need you guys overloading your damn inventory. Okay, so where the fuck to now? That just dead ends here. That just... I think we've already been around this fucking perimeter. I really wish the damn AI in this would, you know, the navigation AI in this would learn or would have been taught to go around simple shit like having your dumbass NPCs standing in your way. One thing they really needed to add to this unofficial patch was having maybe an NPC guide to show you through this crap. Now this is going to be annoying. I'm going to take away a lot of turns right now. We don't have to do anything to that guy. Oh, fuck it then. Fuck me. That's why I wanted her on my damn team. Yeah, she doesn't do much damage, but she just lays down the hate on these motherfuckers while they're running up on you. Now, if only you could get arrows that had effects on them, like, you know, in D&D. Yes, I know bows have some effects on them here and there, but it's a pale shadow compared to what kind of shit you can get in D&D, and you can't really argue that, dude. It's nothing but the unadulterated truth. Just as it looks like we made progress, we're in another fucking dead end. I hate this fucking map. I'm actually pulling up on my phone a layout of this fucking place and trying to see, you know, see if I can figure out exactly where I am and where I have to fucking go, because, man, this is just dog shit. I don't really have time to chase around lost in this damn jungle half the fucking day. I gotta get through this. Okay, I'll be right back. I gotta look into this. Okay, I'm like right on top of where I gotta go. I just missed it. Oh, thank fucking Christ. Sleeping? I can't sleep. Of course I can't sleep, because that would be fucking convenient. Why, hello there, Mr. Elven Wizard. Who might you be?
What do you want of me? I did not choose to live on this island for its ambience. I chose it so I wouldn't have to entertain fools. Leave me be.
Calm down. I'm not here to bother you. I'm looking for a grave.
That is quite the fool's journey just to find someone's dead body. I'm afraid to ask, but whose grave would you be looking for?
I'm looking for the final resting place of Nasruddin.
Of course. Searching for the great Nasruddin. Ha! The great Nasruddin. What was so great about him? Damned fool, if you ask me.
You seem fairly bitter towards the old chap.
What? How dare you, old man? Do you have any idea who you're talking about? Nasruddin was the wisest and most benevolent elf in the history of Arcanum. He saved us all, and that includes you. So I recommend you keep your comments to yourself.
Oh? And you think you know about Nasruddin, young man? Who are you to tell me about that old worthless elf?
Worthless? Why, I ought to... No, I'm not going to sink to your level, old man. Nasruddin would have had more patience with men of your kind, and so will I. I don't have to defend him.
Listen.
Oh, of course you don't have to defend him, young man. The old elf was completely incorrigible. There's no defense whatsoever for individuals of such low character as he. You've chosen well not to waste your words on the likes of Nasruddin.
You're testing my patience, old man. Another bad word about Nasruddin, and it might just be the last one you say on both feet. Do we understand one another?
Virgil, perhaps you ought to keep your voice down with our new friend here.
Yeah, even Raven gets involved here.
Ah, now there's the voice of reason. And from such a beautiful young elf. You know, in my younger days, I knew a girl who looked a lot like you. She had the most wonderful name. Let me see, what was it? I suppose it would translate to something like the Silver One.
Yeah, this fella here was banging Raven's mother. Yep.
Yes. I also know someone like that. She used to tell me about a great man she once knew. She told me that he taught her a great many things. That he was much like her own father.
Ah, yes. Make sure to pass on my greetings to your mother. She was such a wonderful child. And it seems she has a wonderful daughter as well. Greetings, Princess Raven.
I will pass on your greetings to her. It will make her very happy to know you are here among us. Greetings, Nasreddin.
Nazu, what? You're Nazrid?
I would say in all my glory, but I'm afraid I haven't any left.
But you're Nazrudin. You saved the world from Aranax.
No. I delivered the world to Aranax. I put in place the system that he felt was his for the taking. I even imparted my elven arrogance to him. I must bear full responsibility for his actions.
A bit dramatic, don't you think? Aranax's actions were his own.
You do not understand. He was my son. I taught him everything. Only to see him be carried away by his youthful temper. I should have seen it. There must have been a way to stop him before it came to what it did.
I've heard all the legends. Can you tell me what really happened?
It started in the Age of Legends. I was young, headstrong. I thought I could take on the world, and I did. I fought the good fights to protect the lesser races, as I arrogantly called them, from the chaos that raged everywhere. Dragons, demons, evil sorcerers, I fought them all and won. And this, all before even the days of the Elven Council.
How did the Elven Council come about?
I gathered a group of idealistic mages together, and we created an Elven Council, for the good of all. We really believed that. For a time, I suppose it was even true. I really believe things began to change when we discovered a way to banish things from this plane of existence.
Why?
It was the ultimate weapon. Once something was banished from this plane of existence, it could never return. With ultimate power comes ultimate responsibility, and ultimate corruption. We were quick to use it on new and ever more terrible threats. The Bane of Kree, Krakatur, Gorgoth, Kurgan.
So how did Aranax fit into all this?
Sometime during all this heroic carnage, my son came of age. I quickly ushered him into the council, amidst some of the others' protest about his young age and inexperience. And then it all came crashing down upon me. Look, are you certain you really want to hear all this self-pitying drivel?
Of course. So what did Aranax actually do that was so terrible?
He had taken it upon himself to keep the balance, as he termed it. He believed that being a member of the Council validated any course of action he chose to pursue. This meant attacking anything he saw as a threat, such as a city that had begun building advanced technological devices. Vendegroth, it was called.
Yeah, you may remember from the beginning of the game there in Shrouded Hills, I found a gear called a Groth gear, or whatever the hell it was. Yeah, that was an example of Vendegrothian technology that had managed to survive till today.
He warned them to cease their destructive behavior, and destroyed one of their factories to underscore his point. Justifiably afraid for their very lives, they swiftly constructed a device that could destroy even the most powerful wizard. He responded by calling on forces that few of us had ever seen, and wiping not just the city, but the whole province of Vendegroth from the face of Arcanum with one blow. He felt himself betrayed when the Council condemned his actions. He showed no remorse. In his arrogance, he was sure he would be vindicated. I cast the deciding vote to banish my own son. If I must die, I will be the last, he screamed as he hurled the spell that brought an end to the Council, the Age of Legends, and my will to live. It was a harsh dawn that morning on the plains of Brodgar, and it was there in the shadow of the Black Spire that our armies met in the most terrible battle that Arcanum has ever seen. As the sun set, only 4 of us were still alive to witness the destruction we had brought to pass. I found Aranax among the corpses of our decimated armies, and it was there that I condemned my own son to the void. Only through our combined might that Aranax was subdued, and I watched my own son fall into the horror of the void. But such was the fury and power unleashed by this conflict that the very fabric of reality was torn asunder. With our remaining energy, we were able to seal the rift with powerful wards, and the Ring of Brodgar still stands today as a monument to my son's destructive pride and my own unforgivable failure. When I regained consciousness, I was on the shore of Thanatos. I'd regained just enough energy to seal myself in a regenerative shell. I remained that way for 1,000 years. No one had ever stayed in a shell for anywhere near that amount of time. Somehow, my magical hibernation extended my life much beyond that of even the most powerful elven mages.
Why have you hidden yourself here for 1,000 years?
The world out there is not mine. It only serves to remind me of my failure. Everyone I knew, everything I held dear is gone. I myself should have died long ago. Besides, I do not fancy being worshipped as a god.
I know the feeling that Panari think I'm your reincarnation.
I pity you, then. I received a taste of their hero worship from Mannix, and I can tell you I didn't like the taste of it one bit.
An interesting point of view, all things considered.
Hold on there! Do you two realize exactly what you're talking about here? Perhaps this is an interesting philosophical debate for you two, but we're talking about the foundations of the Panari religion here.
Virgil, I don't think now's the time.
I mean, if you're not dead, that means you're not his reincarnation. Where the bloody hell does that leave the rest of us? Are any of the prophecies true? Have all of us Panari just been running around half-cocked for the last 2,000 years?
Easy, young Virgil. I know how all of this must make you feel, and I apologize for making light of your beliefs. Unfortunately, I don't have the answers you're seeking.
What's odd is Virgil seems to have some sort of clerical powers. Well, come think of it, no, it's not really odd. It's magic works different than in Arcanum.
I mean no disrespect, Nasruddin, but if you don't have any idea as to what's going on here, then you'll forgive me if I'm having a few doubts concerning the validity of my newfound religion.
Good, Virgil. If there is one thing in life that one must learn, it is to question everything. In the end, I'm sure you will have the answers that you seek. And whether or not this is all the fulfillment of a prophecy or just random chance, does it change the gravity of our situation? Would you do anything differently if you knew one way or the other?
No, I wouldn't. And I will see this until the end, regardless of the reasons behind it. Thank you, Nasruddin. At the very least, your wisdom warrants a religious movement, even if its followers tend to be a bit soft in the head.
I'm touched. Listen, Nasruddin, tell him about Aranax.
I feel as if I've been waiting to hear those words since I awoke those many years ago. I had hoped it would never come to this. Why, Aranax? Why can't you see the folly of the path you've chosen? What are you going to do about this situation?
What am I going to do? He's your son. What are you going to do?
I fear there is nothing I can do. I am old, tired. I do not believe I could stand up against my son now, even if I could find the heart to try.
How is it that he's still so powerful after all this time?
We do not know what life in the void is like, if it can be even called life. Who knows what sources of power could be found on the other side?
There must be some way to stop him.
I can think of only one possible strategy to defeat him now. You must retrieve the Vendigroth device that was meant to destroy him.
The Vendigroth device? You said Vendigroth was destroyed.
And so it was, above ground. There are many catacombs and tunnels lying beneath the surface. Some of the members attempted to retrieve it to use against Aranax, but they never returned. We were forced to battle him without it, and you know the consequence of that.
What does the device do?
Extremely powerful mages have the ability to regenerate themselves whenever they are badly hurt, as I did. If one is powerful enough to hurt a master sorcerer gravely, the mage will retreat into his regenerative shell and emerge stronger than ever. The device is the only way known to disrupt the regenerating shield.
And disrupting the field kills the mage within?
Quite so. The technology of the device is designed to disrupt the field in such a way as to cause the shell to drain the life force instead of regenerating it. Quite gruesome to contemplate, actually. Further, it is said that one who is killed in this manner is forever separated from this world, with no chance of being returned magically or otherwise.
Why don't you retrieve this device?
I must conserve what little remains of my energy to banish you to the void once you have retrieved the device. The banishment spell is rarely performed by a single mage. Its power requirement is so great.
Hold on a moment, you're gonna banish me?
Certainly. If we were to wait for Aranax to breach the wards, I fear the loss of life would be immeasurable.
It seems that everything has fallen to me once again. Why does that sound so fucking familiar, man? That sounds like real life too. I mean, fuck.
The irony of all this is not lost on myself. One might almost believe the prophecies to be true. It does appear that you are instrumental in halting this cataclysm. If only this were not necessary. I had hoped if Aranax ever returned, he would have realized the error of what he had done.
Judging from my encounter with him, I'd say he had not.
Yes. It is obvious to me that he has committed himself to a path which can only end in his destruction.
What do I do once I've retrieved the device?
You must meet me at the site of the wards, the Ring of Broadguard, as they are now known. The barrier between the worlds is thin enough there for me to be able to send you across by myself. I would suggest that you bring as much help as you can recruit, as it will be no easy task to defeat Aranax.
Well, you can see my crew here, pal. I'll do it, but can you clarify some things for me before I am off?
What is it that is troubling your thoughts?
Are you aware of the Panari?
I'm well aware of the whole Panari tomfoolery, yes. When I emerged from my regenerative state, I traveled to the mainland. I suppose I thought I could somehow live among the world again. After I spoke with that Mannix fellow, I knew I was deluding myself.
Did he tell you how the Panari began?
He did not know much. Mostly some fanciful notions mixed with bits and pieces of history. As near as I was able to put together from speaking with him, Kryn Urden, the last surviving member of the council, started the Panari simply to maintain the wards, to periodically strengthen them, as it were.
Did you tell Mannix who you were?
After I listened to his insane beliefs for what seemed like hours, I hinted that I had actually known Nasruddin and was already too far gone. He would not have believed any of my protests or denials of my godhood. He most likely would have interpreted the whole thing as some sort of test, I suppose.
Did you know there was a tribe here worshipping you as well?
Yes. For some reason, about 100 years ago, they decided I was a god. They would come all the way down here to give me offerings, no matter how I tried to dissuade them. The last time they tried to come here, they were set upon by the Bogoroth. I happened upon the carnage too late to save them.
The Bogoroth?
Yes. It is an extremely powerful, extremely evil creature.
Where is it? I want to kill it.
Its lair is located somewhere around here. I wouldn't recommend it, though. I myself was unable to defeat it.
We'll kill it later. Are you aware that Kuan Hua murdered Mannix?
When Mannix disappeared, I knew that something of that nature must have transpired.
And you did nothing about it?
I decided it was no longer my place to play a god. Who am I to decide who is right? When I took on that role before, well, you have already heard what happened then.
You're gonna need to do something now. Tell him your story.
I feel as if I've been waiting to hear those words.
Okay, yeah,
I
this is
fear
gonna
there's
repeat.
nothing I can do. And so it was. Quite. You must search the ruins of I do not know exactly.
Well, I'm off to Vandergroth. Okay. Well, we'll deal with the Bogaroth later. But anyway, guys, with that, I'm going to call this an episode. So, obviously, next time, we're going to be heading to the Wastes. Next time you see me, I will be back on the mainland, of course, because I need to take a bunch of this shit and either sell it or equip it, whatever. But it has to be identified, and I don't yet have that spell capability. And how good are we doing on experience? Yeah, so we're almost level 54. I think before I actually go to the Void, I think I'm going to grind until I hit level 60, at least. That's usually what the level I finish the game at, but we're going to see what happens when you actually grind enough to get to 60, and then you go to the Void. Of course, I'm still going to be doing like the Vandergroth quests, things like that, and gaining the natural experience from that, so it's not going to be all grinding. But anyway, with that, guys, I will see you next time, and we will be back on the mainland. Catch you guys later.